A simplified, straightforward approach to vocal EQ. That's what you get in this video. You're watching Studio Tea Break. My name is Thomas Juth, mix engineer and mentor. My goal with this video is to demonstrate how much easier mixing can become if we just think about it in a strategic way and if we have well worked out workflows and strategies in place. Mixing is a challenging art form. It requires a delicate balance between using both sides of the brain. One part of mixing has more to do with the technical thinking brain, while another aspect has more to do with the creative brain, which is happy to be in a state of flow. And this is why it's so important to have a well-defined strategy when mixing, as it reduces the amount of decisions you make while working. And I do this by following a really simple process. It's all about listening, asking a question, answering that question, and then taking action. Each answer and action should always be connected to a certain tool, in this case an EQ. Whenever I receive a vocal to mix, I always break it down into 3 different regions, where each region is connected to a specific battle that needs to be won or dealt with. So what do I mean by battles? Within each region, there's always a good and a bad aspect. Whenever the good and bad is in balance, that battle is won, and I move on. In the low mids, there's a battle between warmth on the good side and muddiness on the bad side. So I typically ask myself, is this vocal warm enough? And if it's not warm enough, I take action using a specific EQ that I have allocated for this job. Most of the times, that would be a Pultec EQ, which I boost around 200 to 300 Hertz. On the contrary, I ask myself, is this vocal muddy? If the answer is yes, then I reach for my go-to EQ for that task, which is either a Q10 from Waves or a Pro Q3 from FabFilter. And then I make the necessary dips using subtractive EQ, which I will explain more in another video. And when I find that balance, when the vocal is warm but not muddy, that battle is won and I just move on. Next, the battle between presence and harshness in the upper mids. So I listen to the vocal and I ask myself, is this vocal present enough? If not, then I just go to my go-to EQ for that job, which is either a Chandler Curve Bender or a Harrison 32C, and I boost a little around 3 to 4K. Last battle, the highs. And here it's all about clarity and openness on the good side and sibilance on the bad side. Because I love the distinct flavors of the API 550, the Neve 1073, and the Harrison 32C. And I realized that if I bake them together in a parallel way, and I get a little bit of each, I get a super nice top end. So the way I do it is that I duplicate the vocal 3 times like this, and then I put each EQ on. For example, a 2 decibel shelf boost around 12K. And then I blend them together, and I bounce them back together into one vocal.
Follow the light, come run to me now.
Alright, so what about the other side of that battle, the bad side? Well, there we have sibilance. And to address this, I normally just use a de-esser like everybody else, but sometimes I also do manual de-essing, because I love manual work sometimes. It just sounds a lot better. And here's a little bonus tip for you. When the vocal is sounding nice and balanced, but it's still missing a little sweetness or openness to it, I sometimes blend in a little bit of a plugin called EMI Abbey Road Saturator. And you might ask yourself, isn't that a saturator? But actually, it's an EQ as well. You'll immediately notice this really unique, open, and super sweet top end.
Get home, follow me home. Get home, follow me home.
So what I do is that I just blend that in a little bit with the vocal, giving it that extra magic dust on top. And for those who want to learn even more about mixing, I recommend checking out my description field below. And I offer a really wide range of options there, something for everybody. For example, if you like reading, I offer ebooks and even a free ebook that you can download. And for those who want a more personalized learning experience, I offer private classes and a Patreon service. Or if you want to watch more videos, I recommend checking out this playlist, Mixing Mastery. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.